Welcome back, people, to another year, another season of the Wahnanga. I hope you guys have been well over the off season. I'm happy to be back and looking forward to breaking down some more video analysis for you guys of our favorite team, the New Zealand Warriors. And I'm going to break this one down for you against the Tigers. Got some really cool footage of RTS and what we're going to be able to see. And CHT, a few others. Leatoa looks great. Ale, some defensive things I think we need to work on, but it is a trial. So hang around, watch this one. If you are here for the first time, please guys give us a like on the video and a subscribe and put on the notification bell. It'd be great to help as I'm trying to grow my content and continue to provide the best analysis that I possibly can of our team. Okay, let's get right into this. Starting off with some RTS. No doubt that's why you're here, is to watch RTS and how he came back. Great to see him in the center. Now, I initially had him as right center, but now that you're seeing him at left center, you can see the potential we're going to have this season. And this was just a nice one. Early ball, nice coverage. I think that's good signs. No doubt he's probably picked up a lot of that, quick passing from rugby union. I know they use that a lot because of this, the defensive line is right on them, so they're going to be quick with their hands if they are going through their hands. But either way, it's great to see that he can distribute to his wing if needs be. This is nice off of hit-ups, getting out and, just getting a run in and out of yardage. And look at that, just can pull guys. He has an amazing way of pulling defenders out and then cutting back in. So look at Sullivan's, his momentum's already going out to the outside, and then he's targeting on that inside shoulder there. And this is great. He gets a quick play of the ball as he's about to do like a flying pirouette there or something like that, like a roly-poly. And then he gets back up. And that would have been like a 6 again or a quick play of the ball, that type of thing. Another one out of yardage. Finding a part on the field. And I love how he presents the ball all the time. He presents that ball out and it's just sort of trying to suck people, slow them down, draw their attention to the ball or certain things. He has an amazing technique of being able to, and look at that, just cut back. And you see that step from that number 12. He steps on his left foot, and the RTS is already through that gap. And so it's a jersey grab, it's a legs tackle. It's almost like a third man coming to try and help out, and that's a quick play of the ball, and sometimes could be a penalty. And if you can imagine Egan off of that, and then generating the fast play of the balls, I mean, we're going to have some sets, I think, this year with that back five. It's going to be so quick. We're going to get up and down the field. I think it's going to be amazing. There's a nice hands again, getting the ball out to him. And I love the depth here. This is another way of kind of, I think he believes in himself enough to say, I can stand deeper and I can still burn you on the outside. And you're kind of dragging those defenders down. And if you can get on the outside and beat them, there's going to be these massive holes in behind, you know what I mean? So it looks exciting. Look at him fill the void. I mean, Montoya cuts it back in, which is probably right because RTS fills that space. And this is like positive plays. This is breaking the line. He's not having to score, but he's creating for his outside men. We're getting line breaks, that type of thing, jersey grabs. And it could have been a try maybe if Metcalf was there. But either way, it's a trial, and all you want to see is what the potential is of these combinations. Again, look at the depth here, early ball and second tackle. Now, we usually do this with Pompey last year, but Pompey's more of just a setup for his outside guy. So a lot of the time, the ball would just kind of, he'd try and draw and pass to get the winger open. Now, this is different. This is RTS saying, nah, I'm the man. I'm going to take this, and you got to watch out for me. And so he draws that attention to himself first. Look at that first, almost like Goosey on the catch. He just holds Sullivan there, and then he's off. You know what I mean? And Sullivan does a great job, but this is what, it doesn't have to be a line break all the time. This was a 6 game. This was a penalty for that flop there. So it's things like that where you're thinking, okay, he's not breaking the line all the time, but he is getting penalties. This was just nice to see, like a covering tackle, kind of using his fullback abilities that he was still able to, and just commitment. There's a 1%ers getting back off a line break like that, getting back and supporting your team. That's the 1%ers we want, and it's great to see he's got that. So this was nice little bit defensive work. You just wanted to see what they looked, him and Montoya, in that channel, and the kind of catch release. And look at that, they're almost running in sync there, which is a kind of a good sign. Like they're almost like synchronized swimmers with their footwork. It almost looks identical. So you wanted just to see some of that movement, and it's looking good at the moment. I think better teams over time will have to watch. They may be able to exploit this, but at the moment it looks pretty good between him and Montoya. Just a bit of tackle tech there. Nice to see. This here, I thought he did good. This was a type of look where, if you think of Pompey gets caught up on these reads a lot, where he looks inside shoulder for the lead runner and then releases out to the outside man and finds it hard to cover that ground a lot of the time, as he needs to wind up, whereas Roger can release quicker. So that was nice. Nice by Montoya, just to hold enough and show the sideline. But you wanted to see that. You wanted to see if Roger could cover that type of movement, because he'll be getting targeted a lot. Well, in normal situations, that would be a play that people want to run. I want to see that against like a Sharks or that type of thing, where these decisions get even harder, and because they've got like some Nico Hines and other halves that are world class, they can exploit that faster. And but you wanted to see the athletic ability to be able to do it, and it looks like it's right there. And Montoya does a good job shadowing to the outside. So I like what I'm seeing. This one is just a bit tired. This is just kind of fatigue, been out of the game a while. He needs to close that gap out of marker. And that's just a fatigue one right there. But those are the things, the 1%ers. I know that Webby would have looked at it and said, hey, we need to improve in this. Because don't assume, oh, look, he did an amazing diving tackle. Actually, he was the one that had caused the diving tackle in a way. So he needs to tighten up that marker defense. But he's just coming back to the game. So there's nothing to really look at that one. This is just nice. You're in contact, but you're just driving the legs. Look at it, just pumping the legs, getting those extra meters. Nothing amazing. We've seen this all before, but this is a nice one where I think he pulls the outside shoulder of the center, cuts it back in. So he just gets that center on that right foot. Just see it just drops his hips a little bit, creates a space. So they're both going in for the low tackle. And then Far, if he was just a little bit quicker, RTS releases the offload. That again now is another option where you can pull the defender to the outside shoulder, cut it back in on the inside. So you've got multiple threats. You've got the offload on the inside now, potentially. And so if I'm Metcalf, I'm hanging around him everywhere he goes. I'm just there for support play, because that could happen, And this time he just says, no, I'm going to go on the outside again. This is what I love, is just pushing the outside shoulder and stressing that part of the field, which is something we just haven't had. And just, there you go. And look, it's a positive play again. On his fronts, breaking tackles. Look, quick play the ball. It's going to be quick, or it's going to be a 6 again, or whatever it might be. So you're pretty happy with how that looks. This one was nice out of dummy half. Identifies that spot there. He just sees, oh, that space. I want to fill that. And just that little jink to fill that, just to hold. Just has an amazing ability of like holding guys in a standing position and moving. It's literally moving their body weight to different sides. They're putting their weight on the left foot or whatever, and exploiting the side that they're not on. I'd love to hear him explain this type of stuff. It's very, very cool. Again, because you're stressing the outside shoulder a lot, and if you can get the center in a position where he has to do a legs tackle, you can get these leg grabs, and you can get these 6 agains, you can get broken tackles. So he might have a ton of broken tackles this year. Might not be necessarily line breaks, but broken tackles will be up there. And I'd be interested to see how many he had from that thing. Look, he's had to get the third man in there. And so, stuff like that. And same again here. Just consistent at being able to get on his fronts, break the defensive line. and it's just going to do a world of wonders for this team. Okay, we're going to move into some CHT. And I was, last year, if I'm being honest, I thought we needed something from a left-footed kicker, and I'm not saying that left-footed kicker equals success, but I looked at the likes of Munster, Cody Walker, Jerome Luai. It does give you something in the 5'8" position if you can kick both sides of the field. Now CHT, he's coming back to the game. I think he's got some time to develop that type of thing. But it was nice to see a little bit of variety in terms of kicking options and stressing a different side of the field usually, and that is good for in terms of putting pressure on a fullback to work both sides of the field and testing sides that, in terms of Sean being a right-footed kicker, a lot of the time he's only kicking down that channel, and that defender may be really good, whereas you might want to exploit a winger on the other side who's got wobbly hands, that type of thing. So, but that was good. Look, that's a great kick. That's where you want to be able to catch the fullback as he lands, driving backwards. So that's a good job right there. This was a nice one, I thought, where you don't usually see this from the inside shoulder, inside pressure, kicking away left to right on the left foot. But I thought that was quite good too. Yep, just finds his ground, finds space. I thought that was a good kick. And then just attention to detail, getting early ball for RTS. I thought, again, we've seen a lot of this, but yeah, pretty happy with him getting the early ball. And, that kind of is in the vein of a Tamari Martin. We talked about Tamari gets the ball open for his insides. I think CHT is similar in that sense, like whereas Metcalf can draw attention to himself and create for himself because of his speed. Whereas I think CHT in this situation as a 6 probably is more just a link player getting the ball to the outside. Same again here, you know what I mean? So just good to see a lot of that kind of helping his outside get the ball. Happy with that. Same again, just working the numbers. Sorry, we have gone through a little bit of this footage. Let me just see if I can move it through a little bit. Yeah, kicking from his left side. I like a lot of that. Probably not pinpoint, but nonetheless, this is nice again. Sees the winger jam, holds and release. Yep. Probably a tighter pass could have got Montoya on the front foot. But the idea, I like the idea. This was a poor one in terms of going across the body, but if it can nail it, I think it's a good going left to right, left side to right side bomb. But that was a fail. And so I suppose, these are things he needs to work on, tighten up. Going into some Metcalf work, wasn't it great to see Metcalf in the 7? And actually, you can kind of see the potential now that he may be the next 7 for this team. And then just, simple stuff, working left to right, right to left, unders balls for forward, controlling the team, getting at first receiver, 2 wide of the ruck, setting shape for his outsides, you know what I mean? So, and then the kicking game as well looked pretty good for mine. There's some solid kicks. I'm a big fan of if the kick can get within 5 meters of defensive pressure. So you're looking at that where he catches it, probably that's about 10 meters at the moment. But depending on a good kick chase. But, I like to get within 5. I think Sean is almost all the time consistently being able to kick where the guy catches it and then kick chases within 5 meters most of the time. So that's the level of detail I think it needs to have. This was nice where he just shows that, and Laban does a good job where he just, they come wraps tight around Metcalf. But Metcalf does a nice way of disguising it where he just kind of holds his body weight up so you can't really see it, but he gets that defender. Laban, that's all Laban. He just cuts that back beautifully. It was a really nice line. And look at him, he's happy. But yeah, just look at the body. See, just holding the body shape up It's kind of disguising it, catching that defender, just being lazy and not really watching it. But either way, great for Laban. He looks a promising kid too. This was nice, getting a jam, tap on. So we've seen that. We just power through. Sorry, I am repeating some of the stuff, guys, but okay. Apologies, what is happening? But yeah, Metcalf still, I think, is doing great to work both sides, and you can see him. I think potentially he's the guy after SJ. I'm no doubt the club will want to try and look at him and see what if he can have a good season this year. He definitely will have his opportunity. Same again here, getting at first receiver, setting the shape similar to Sean, and just getting the ball to the outsides. Could have been a try if Montoya is probably running onto that ball instead of from a starting position, but that's okay. Guys are getting used to the combinations, getting used to each other, that type of thing. This is nice work with Tuopiki. I like the speed of Tuopiki and Metcalf. I wonder if we see that at some stage this year, but kind of setting that diamond shape where you have a lead runner inside, lead runner outside, and then the out the back. Tuopiki pulling that thing, and then just nice hands by everyone involved. Leatoa pulls it left to right and swings it to pull that body from the inside to the out. It's just great work. You can tell these guys are working on fundamentals. Setu too looks good too. Yeah, I think Setu did a decent job here. Probably could have pulled it out a bit more, like maybe try and pull him to the sideline a bit more and then cut it back in. But either way, good young fella. Now this is just youthful exuberance where I think you're just a little bit young, and you kind of see the play ahead, but without really looking at what's happening, what the defense is giving you. But this is excitement, And Metcalf is young and excited. If he just looks up a little bit and doesn't premeditate it, if he holds that dummy there, he may go in there. So those are things that, over time he will sharpen up. Same again here. The line break from Lussick. Looks like we're going to, go on here. Just almost overrunning his players, fighting for that, jockeying for that spot, which is fair. The pass wasn't the greatest, that's for sure. It's not Gasnier. He tries to do a Gasnier there, but it is behind. But things like that, you probably it's happened before to Metcalf, and you've got to ask yourself, why is he not able to finish off these opportunities? And is it excitement? Is it a youthful exuberance? Bit of both, bit of everything. But that was a shame that kind of fell apart. Again, getting at first receiver, setting shape for the outside, just a little bit of work with Ford. It just tells you that he can do that 7 role as that first receiver, as that guy to lead the team around the park. I thought he did a pretty good job leading everyone around to the different spots on the field on attack. So, no, I enjoyed that. This was Tom Ali. I loved a lot of his work there. I thought Tom had a great game. This was nice just to get Ikamanu on the catching him, and then just sort of, in that left shoulder was pretty good. Fourth tackle hit-ups, I thought him and Bunty, fourth tackle hit-ups, not all hit-ups are equal, but it's fourth tackle hit-ups you feel like, okay, we can get some good meters here. And I think he's good with fourth tackle hit-ups because he's got that late footwork there, as you can see, beats his man and then fighting, and then leg drive, pull, and then you're getting a third man in to help. Third tackle hit-up, straight up, and then just holding that weight up top and then leg drive before the third man can get in. You know what I mean? Getting 4 guys even. And same again, fourth tackle hit up. He's got that nice tight line cutting it back in behind the ruck as the A gap is loose, and look, gets a line break. Good leg drive, turn and push through, so very happy with Tom. I really do think he's going to be trying to push for that bench spot this year. Will be interesting to see how Webster plays. Now, Tain Tuopiki, I love this kid. He's showing signs that he's going to continue to have a great season. His consistency levels are great. I think he was robbed of a Māori All-Stars chance, but maybe Webby held him back. Either way, he's been selected as the fullback for this game against the Dolphins, and you can tell why. And I think they want to keep RTS in the centres as a centre, but Tain will do a good job to be able to cover that. So he's a good kid. I love his running style, the way he approaches running at the line. This is cool too. Goosey, look how that defensive line just jams there, and he fills that space across. Now he does get whacked by Papali'i. That's okay. He's still driving. And for little guys, they can get that space. You see the space there between the tacklers. Because they're so small, they can still kind of generate space for them to get themselves up. See, that could have been a dominant tackle, but he's posturing up, the jiu-jitsu stuff, the wrestling stuff they probably do. He's created space for himself to play the ball there. So it's not like if you see a big head on some of these guys saying, oh, they're crap. No, they're actually okay. Yeah, it's like bouncing off tackles in a way. Goosey again in. And yes, it is a kind of a dominant tackle, but look how he's trying to posture up to get straight into that play the ball position there. Elbow down. What do they call that when you're in jiu-jitsu, when you posture out with the foot, you plant the foot out? Yeah. I forgot what it is. But yeah, anyway, you know what I mean. Full tackle in behind the ruck. Footwork. Yeah, love it. So starting on the inside, going outside and cutting it back in. Takes a whack. Again, he's not afraid to take a whack, which I don't mind. But he's still driving forward. Look at him. He's still getting on the front foot. That's when we did already with him. This is nice when he's out the back. He pulls wide as soon as his footwork pulls to the outside and then cuts it back in to draw that guy in. So little details, running style-wise, very sharp. You know what I mean? I love his style, the way he runs, that type of thing. Sorry. Setu 2. Oh, that was Setu 2. Yeah. I think Setu has got a bright shot ahead of him. Kossi, I'm not sure where Kossi. I'm looking forward to Big Kossi coming back, but Setu for me, he had a good game, and he's probably showing that he wants to be in the mix at some stage this year. He could be in the mix, but I love what he was showing as well. Potential there. Topper Graham had some nice runs in the second half. Strong in contact. Look at that. Just drop the head, get underneath, power through the legs, get on the front. Yep, a lot of hips. This was the Uppy quarter cell try. This is just class from Uppy. Just kind of gets a hold on Lussick, and then I think Ford just gets a bit lazy in the feet. Doesn't move the feet, sets his feet, and then that's that try there. This one defensively was, I think Leatoa just didn't trust Metcalf on the inside to cover. And see, Leatoa sets his feet, kind of already got in his mind to take that shot there. He needed to kind of push out to trust Metcalf to cover. But, these are new combinations. Guys haven't spent time. But if he did jam, Setu had to nail this tackle right here. He had to cover that tackle right there. And he missed it, unfortunately. But if you're going to go, got to go and whack. I've talked about that with Montoya and Kossi last year. You've got to go and hit all at once. That's a try. But that's new combos, guys getting used to each other. It's trials. But things to pick up. This was the wide shot of it. As you can see, if Leatoa just sits, continues to watch and move, I think Berry in that situation would have just kept sliding and moving. But he sets his feet there, and then Setu 2 has to come in, but he's got to make that tackle right there if he's going to do it. So those are like little combo things, getting on the same page, that type of thing. yeah, that's all right. Young pups, getting used to it, working together, that type of thing. A 4, yeah, Bunty, similar thing to Ali. You kind of see value in Bunty. He can play longer minutes, but against the Tigers, are not the greatest opposition to compare to. But when he gets in these situations, he can still generate forward plays off a 4th tackle hit up. So not all hit ups are equal, as we should understand. First tackle hit up compared to a 4th tackle hit up. The 4th tackle hit up guy is usually going to make more meters. So I no doubt that would have correlated to the Bunty stats. So this is Uppy, man. Just great to see his work. Look, it just pulls a 4 from that, so splits the markers. Dummy, turn inside shoulder, then duck of the head. Look at it. That is a whiff punish like I've never seen before. And then power through. Good job by Bunty though to get across, but yeah, those are certain things. And this one from Metcalf, that kick. This is what Sean is very good at, where you fill the space, you run on the last, but you nudge him over behind. And that was nice and tight. And that's why I do think that Metcalf has that potential to become, a really, really good future 7. And probably, he said that himself that he wants to be 7. So, and it's a positive play, pushes him to the outside, shadows him, pushes on the inside, take him out. Great job. Jiu-jitsu, roll him over, very nice. This is Leatoa. I think Leatoa at the moment likes to cut it back inside. And he has that strong right arm fend, eh? That's why I'm wondering at sometimes is he better on the left hand side? Push off the right. But look how strong the upper body is, man. The guy is just a machine. And that is Bunty right there. Just a little bit more work there. So anyway, guys, that wraps up the Wahnanga for this first thing, the start of the season 2024. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Again, if you enjoyed it, please give us a like, give us a subscribe. Share any comments that you may have, what you may have observed. I probably missed a lot, but I think it's a really positive sign for this team. I'm looking forward to what's lying ahead. And I'm looking forward to this game against the Dolphins, where we get to see our first team, especially with, I think, RTS, SJ, Egan, Metcalf. I want to see that spine working together. I want to give some time to guys like to Mighty and Pompey to give themselves a chance, see where they stack up. Dylan Walker and Jazz for a run would be beautiful to watch. So it's kind of exciting. But yeah, guys, thank you for watching. Please, again, like, share, and subscribe. And I appreciate it, and have a good rest of your day. Peace.